Laboratorij za fiziko organskih snovi na Univerzi v Novi Gorici deluje od konca 90-ih let in se ukvarja z problematiko, ki je prisotna na področju organske elektronike. Od začetka se zanimamo za transport nosilcev električnega naboja, elektronov po tankih slojih organskih polprevodnikov. Organski polprevodniki obetajo nove, vznemirljive elektronske komponente, ki do sedaj niso bile mogoče z najbolj razširjenim polprevodnikom, to je silicijem. Tako na primer bo mogoče izdelati organske sončne celice na gibkih površinah, na folijah, mogoče bo izdelati tranzistorje, ki jih bomo nanašali s tiskanjem, s tiskalnimi stroji in tako naprej. Da pridemo do te faze, je seveda potrebno rešiti precej osnovnih, fundamentalnih fizikalnih problemov in eden med njimi je tudi način transporta elektronov po tankih slojih teh materialov. Pri nas se ukvarjamo s to problematiko eksperimentalno, se pravi, da izvajamo relativno zahtevne meritve, ki vključujejo obsevanje tankih organskih slojev z zelo kratkimi laserskimi bliski in merjenjem izjemno šibkih tokov elektronov po teh slojih in na ta način lahko poskušamo razumeti, na kakšen način se elektroni prevajajo po teh slojih in kako je ta prevodnost odvisna recimo od načina, kako se molekule organizirajo na površinah, kako debeli so ti sloji in kakšna je njihova sestava. Naš laboratorij je v svojem delovanju produciral oziroma omogočil izdelavo že 7 doktorskih disertacij, več magistrskih nalog in diplomskih nalog. Vsi naši diplomanti in doktoranti so zaposleni v industriji oziroma v raziskovalnih laboratorijih. Mi smo tudi zelo mednarodno vpeti. Od prvih let sodelujemo v več evropskih projektih. Verjetno mejnik predstavlja evropski projekt iz 5. okvirnega programa, kjer smo uspeli nabaviti zelo hiter laser, s katerim lahko izvajamo te meritve in potem seveda z uspešnim sodelovanjem v tem projektu smo bili povabljeni v še več evropskih projektov.
V laboratoriju za fiziko organskih snovi se ukvarjamo z organskimi polprevodniki, preučujemo njihov transport električnega naboja skozi polimere, plastike in ti materiali so občutljivi na svetlobo. Za vzbuditev nosilcev naboja uporabljamo laser in ta laser je nameščen v sosednji sobi, kjer z ND-jak laserjem ustvarimo laserski puls, ki traja zelo kratek čas, to je le 3 nanosekunde, to je tisočinke sekunde. In ta laser potem potuje skozi stene in pride v to sobo, kjer smo tukaj, in ga preko gledalc usmerimo na naš vzorec, ki ga preučujemo. Naš vzorec je zelo tanka plast tega organskega polprevodnika, ki jo osvetlimo in s tem ustvarimo nosilce naboja. Ti nosilci naboja bi v normalnih pogojih se spet rekombinirali, se bi spet združili in tako nam ne bi nič koristili. Če pa jim damo električno polje, potem ti nosilci naboja začnejo teči v smer električnega polja in ustvarimo električni tok. In ko merimo časovno odvisnost toka, lahko razumemo, kakšen je material, kakšni so pogoji, da tok teče skozi material in tako lahko razumemo, ali je material primeren za sončne celice, za organske tranzistorje, za fotodiode.
Bili smo prvi v Sloveniji, ki smo izvajali mednarodni projekt Evropske znanstvene fundacije Eurografen in s tem projektom smo vstopili na področje problematike grafena. Grafen je vznemirljiv, nov material. Leta 2010 sta dva ruska znanstvenika zanj prejela Nobelovo nagrado zaradi svojih izjemnih mehanskih in elektronskih lastnosti. Govora je namreč o enoatomni tanki plasti pravilno razporejenih ogljikovih atomov. Ima ta material velike možnosti za uporabo v elektroniki, z izdelavo z izjemno hitrih organskih tranzistorjev. Lahko ga bomo uporabljali z usmerjeno dostavljanje zdravil na točno določena mesta v telesu. Primeren je tudi kot ojačevalec struktur. Zaradi svojih izjemnih mehanskih lastnosti bomo lahko izdelali strukture, ki bodo lahke in še vedno izjemno trde. Nas grafen zanima tako z področja transporta naboja, električnega naboja po grafenskih slojih, kakor tudi stališča študija začetnih faz rasti organskih molekul na grafenu. Ta sistem, organske molekule in grafen, je zanimiv z področja organske elektronike in nas zanima, pod kakšnimi pogoji in na kakšen način se organske molekule organizirajo. Laboratorij za fiziko organskih snovi Univerze v Novi Gorici je tudi kadrovsko zelo mednaroden. Trenutno sva samo dva Slovenca, vsi ostali doktorski študenti in podoktorski študenti pa prihajajo bodisi iz Združenih držav Amerike, Kitajske ali Indije. In taka slika kadrovske zasedbe se ponavlja že kar nekaj let.
GVO, my name is Chinda. I come from India and I did my master's, bachelor's, everything in India, and now I'm pursuing my PhD here. I just started my PhD the last year and yeah, I'm learning. Yeah, I'm very happy to be with my boss, Vido Bratina. He's very helping and yeah, caring too. I have nice colleagues, nice friends. I'm studying about the morphology of some semiconductor polymers. Yeah, we have everything that's available to do the experiments.
Hi Slovenia, I'm Ravindra. I'm from India and I came here to do my PhD. So actually I did my bachelor's and I did my master's in India, University of Hyderabad. And after my master's I want to do my research in organic electronics. So I found this group in Slovenia in Laboratory of Organic Matter Physics, and Professor Guido Bratin is working with organic electronics. So we are trying to improve the mobility of organic materials. So in our lab we have very good equipments to characterize our materials, so we can test our materials and we can see the morphology of materials. So I was here in this group more than 3 years. I had very good experience in this group and we have very good team. So our team is very nice and we are working quite hard. And this Novogorica University is very good, it's quite nice. So I had very good experience all these 3 years maybe I can suggest some people once I finish my PhD. As well as I had a very good experience with this European atmosphere and culture and weather. So nice to be here for 3 years.
My name is Fei Tong. I came from China, and the last 8 years I have been in Alabama, US, pursuing my master and PhD in physics. And after graduation, I found this postdoc position in University of Nova Greta, the lab of organic matter physics. And because they have this joint project with IMEC Belgium, working on measurement of the charge transport mobility using time-of-flight technique, and which interests me a lot. So I started work here since September last year. So far, I have been here 6 months, and I gain valuable experience of time-of-flight measurements technique. And I love Slovenia, and people are very friendly, and they say Dobar dan all the time to me, and so I'm very happy here.
My name is Robert Naraki, and I was originally born in Poland, but I migrated to the US in 1993. And this is where I continue my graduate education. I got my bachelor's degree at NJIT in New Jersey, and then I got my master's degree and PhD at University of Denver in Colorado in what we term as polymer neuromorphic circuitry. It's basically it's a very simple brain. It's a very simple machine, thinking machine, that approximates the behavior of a brain. This is how it processes information. And it was made using polymer electronics, meaning plastics that conduct electricity. I came to Slovenia, I came to University of Nova Gorica last year in August, and I came here to continue my investigations in organic electronics, specifically to elucidate the charge carrier mobilities in organic semiconductors, meaning how can we make organic electronics better? And organic electronics is, it's a new type of electronics that is based on plastics that conduct electricity. And some of the benefits are they are cheaper, they're cheaper to produce. You can print electronics. So imagine being able to print any sort of circuitry you would like. So you can print this thing, but also it is physically flexible. So imagine, let's say your phone, imagine trying to bending your phone. Imagine kind of electronics that it's actually physically flexible, it's bendable. So you can roll it into a little sheet, and that will be much more user-friendly. And one other benefit of organic electronics is that because they're plastics are organic, they're based on carbon, and the human body does not see them as a foreign object. So right now there's these things that we do where if an individual lost control of their limbs because they have some sort of a spinal injury, we can implant electrodes in the brain. The problem is that that's going to be metal, and eventually these electrodes delaminate, or the neurons in the brain delaminate. But with organic electronics, we can, for instance, coat these metal electrodes, and then once you implant that electrode, it's going to stay longer in the brain. Because it's not going to be viewed as foreign object or as an alien object in the body. So this patient will not require opening up their skull, surgery as frequently. In terms of University of Nova Gorica, it is a much smaller school than the schools that I came from, but there are obvious benefits where you know everyone. You get to know people very quickly, and if you have some kind of problem, you can just walk to them and say, hey, this is what I need, and they will help you, as opposed to at the big universities where you have to talk to your boss, and then your boss talks to their boss, and then their boss talks to them, and it can be kind of painful. So there are obvious benefits of being at a small university.
Laboratorij se financira preko evropskih projektov, preko domačih znanstvenih projektov, ki jih financira Slovenska agencija za raziskovalno dejavnost in deloma tudi preko sodelovanja z industrijo. Laboratorij za fiziko organskih snovi je tesno povezan tudi s fakulteto za aplikativno naravoslovje, ki izvaja študijski program fizika prve in druge stopnje, in tudi z podiplomsko šolo Univerze v Novi Gorici, ki izvaja študijski program fizika tretje stopnje. Študentje vseh treh programov so redni obiskovalci našega laboratorija, tukaj izvajajo praktične vaje. Že v prvem letniku se srečajo recimo z vajo, ki jo pravijo na mikroskopu na atomsko silo. Zdi se nam zelo pomembno namreč, da študentje čim prej pridejo v stik z vrhunsko raziskovalno opremo, da jim ni tuja in se na ta način lahko pozneje tudi lažje vključijo v delo v industriji ali raziskovalnih laboratorijih, ki se ukvarjajo z visokotehnološkimi problemi.